All right, let's talk about a learning hack that might just blow your mind. Seriously, it could completely flip the script on how you learn anything, whether it's a new language, coding, or even playing an instrument. We're not just talking about knowing something, we're talking about true mastery. So, how do you do it? How do you go from just knowing about a topic to really, truly mastering it? You know that feeling, right? You've done the work, you've read the books, watched all the tutorials, but there's still this gap. How do you cross that bridge from just being familiar with something to having this deep, almost intuitive command of it? Well, here's the twist. The answer isn't more studying. It's not about burying yourself in another textbook. It's actually more sharing. The real key, the ultimate learning hack is to share what you know. Yeah, even when you feel like you're totally not ready. I know it sounds a little backward, but stick with me because this idea is a total game changer. Okay, first up, let's talk about the path to mastery. We're about to dive into this powerful law that's been used by some of the world's most renowned thinkers and intellectuals. And hey, this isn't some new age fad. It's a tried and true principle that brilliant minds have used for centuries to master their fields. All right, section 2, from fear to fame. Okay, to really get how powerful this is, check out this story. It's an absolutely incredible 10-year transformation. Get this, at just 14 years old, the person we're talking about had crippling stage fright, couldn't speak in front of people. But then, look at year 5. They made a commitment, share one idea every single day. Now, fast forward to year 10, and they are a globally recognized speaker, sharing a stage with Barack Obama. I mean, from crippling fear to speaking alongside a former president, that's insane. So what on earth happened? What changed? It all started with this one quote: "If you want to master something, teach it." That little phrase from Yogi Bhajan was the spark. The author took that idea and ran with it. They realized that the only way to get over their fear and really learn was to force themselves, to create an actual obligation to share what they knew. And that right there brings us to the core of this whole thing, section 3, the ultimate learning hack. Let's break down this law and dig into the psychology that makes it work so well. So here it is, the big idea. To master it, you must create an obligation to teach it. See, the key word here is obligation. This isn't just about casually sharing something when you feel like it. No, this is about setting up a system where you are truly accountable to an audience. It doesn't matter if it's one friend or 1,000 followers. You have to deliver. And the psychology behind this is something called skin in the game. Think about it. When you publicly promise you're going to teach something, your reputation is suddenly on the line. It's a huge psychological trigger. We are hardwired to follow through on our public promises because we don't want to look bad. It's that social pressure, that contract with your audience that forces you to learn way more deeply than you ever would if you were just studying for yourself. You've got something to lose now, so you're going to work a whole lot harder. I mean, just look at the difference here. When you're studying privately, there's basically zero accountability. It's all passive consumption. But the moment you have to teach it publicly, bam, high accountability. You're forced into an active role. You can't just consume information anymore. You have to break it down, simplify it, organize it, and then present it. And that process creates this incredible feedback loop that just puts your learning on hyperdrive. You've probably heard of the Feynman Technique, right? The idea that if you can't explain something simply, you don't really get it. Well, you can think of this as the Feynman Technique, but on steroids. It takes that core idea and adds the absolutely critical element of public accountability and an actual audience. It's not just a private exercise anymore. It's a real, high-stakes performance. Okay, so that's the why it works. Now for the how. Let's get into section 4, a super practical 4-step blueprint you can start using today. It's actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, obviously, is to learn the thing. Do your research. But step 2, this is where the magic happens. You have to teach it to a child. Well, not literally, but you have to simplify the idea so much that a child could understand it. This forces you to find the absolute core of the concept. Then, step 3 is the big one. Share it. Put it out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Write a blog post, a tweet thread, record a 30-second video, whatever. Just get it out. And finally, step 4 is to review. Pay attention to the feedback. What questions do people ask? Where do they get confused? That feedback is pure gold because it points a giant flashing arrow at the gaps in your understanding. Then you just refine and repeat the whole cycle. Let's put this into a real-world example. Say you're learning a new language like Spanish. Instead of just grinding away on an app by yourself, what if you created an obligation? You could host a free weekly online meetup where you promise to teach the group just one new grammar concept. Suddenly, you're not just practicing, you're preparing, you're obligated. That little bit of pressure will absolutely skyrocket your progress. Okay, we've covered the why, we've covered the how. So now, for our final section, let's bring this all back home. It's your turn to teach. So, what's the big takeaway here? First, mastery comes from sharing, not just from studying. Second, you've got to create an actual obligation to teach. That's how you put skin in the game and really accelerate your learning. And remember, every time you share, you're not just building your own skill, you're becoming a better communicator too. And that brings us right to the final, most important question. I want you to think about something right now. What's that one skill you really want to master? That one topic you're truly passionate about? Now, what's one tiny piece of it you could commit to sharing this week? Because your journey to mastery doesn't start when you learn the next thing. It starts the moment you decide to teach one thing. So what's it going to be?